Two Japanese companies make most of the high-end fishing rods sold in America. One started in 1921 making bicycle freewheels. The other started in 1958 making the world's first open-face spinning reels. Both claim to have the best rods on the market. Only one is actually right for what you fish. Let us settle this with verified facts. Shimano, Daiwa. Walk into any tackle shop in the country, and these two brands dominate the rod racks. Every angler eventually picks a side, and the argument never ends. Today we are going forensic. Documented blank construction technologies, straight from each manufacturer's published engineering specifications. Real differences in how each rod actually performs. Pricing tiers, warranty support, and the verdict that experienced anglers have already reached when they have used both brands long enough to know the difference. No brand loyalty, just the verified answer. Shimano was founded in February 1921 by Shozaburo Shimano in Sakai City, Osaka, a Japanese town historically known for sword making and precision metalwork. Confirmed directly on Shimano's corporate history page. The company began with bicycle freewheels and entered fishing tackle in the early 1970s, applying the precision machining heritage that had made it the world's leading bicycle component manufacturer. By 2024, Shimano reported consolidated net sales of 451 billion yen, with approximately 10,000 consolidated employees worldwide. Daiwa is the flagship fishing brand of Globaride Incorporated, formally established in 1958 in Tokyo by engineer Yoshio Matsui as Daiwa Seiko Corporation. The company renamed to Globaride in 2009, but the Daiwa brand remains. Daiwa produced the world's first open-face spinning reel in 1955 and built its reputation on technological innovation in rod and reel design. The company became the global leader in fishing product sales in 1976 under the Daiwa brand and has remained one of the two dominant players in the global fishing tackle market ever since. Two companies, two completely different engineering heritages, and the engineering difference shows up in how each one builds a rod blank. Shimano's flagship rod construction is Spiral X, a patented technology confirmed in detail on Shimano's own official engineering page. Spiral X consists of 3 layers, an inner carbon tape that spirals diagonally around the blank, a middle sheet of vertical carbon fibers, and an outer layer of carbon tape spiraling diagonally in the opposite direction. According to Shimano's published data, Spiral X blanks are 250% more structurally rigid and 180% less prone to twisting than standard blank construction. That is not marketing language. That is published structural data, sourced to Shimano's own technical documentation and confirmed by Tackle Direct's review of Shimano Grappler Series rods. The carbon tape at the heart of Spiral X, called Shimano Infinity Carbon Tape, was selected after evaluating over 100 varieties of tape materials with varying coefficients of elasticity, resin content, widths, and thicknesses, confirmed on Shimano's official global technology page. Let us know what your rod of choice is. Above Spiral X sits Spiral X Core, Shimano's most advanced blank construction. By integrating Spiral X carbon tape with Toray nanoalloy resin technology, Spiral X Core blanks deliver up to 10% more torsional rigidity and up to 15% more compressional rigidity than standard Spiral X, confirmed on Shimano's official product page documentation. Then there is High Power X, Shimano's outer layer construction, where diagonally wrapped carbon tape forms X-shaped patterns across the rod blank's outermost layer. The tape width, winding angle, and placement are tuned to the rod's target fish species. Combined with nanopitch compression tape technology, which wraps the carbon blank under uniform pressure before curing to maximize roundness and structural strength, the result is a blank with documented torsional and compressional rigidity at weights conventional construction cannot match. This engineering shows up most in Shimano's Offshore lineup. The Torres, Travala, and Grappler series, and in their base-focused X-Pride and Zodius rods. Daiwa's signature blank construction is X45, a 45-degree carbon wrap that resists blank twist during the cast and the fight. Conventional carbon rods layer fibers at 0 and 90 degrees, and X45 adds wraps oriented at 45 degrees in opposing directions, creating documented torsional rigidity improvement. According to Daiwa's published technology documentation, torsion is what causes fractures, inaccuracy in casting, and loss of power along the blank as guide rings misalign. Daiwa's own technology page confirms that X45X Full Shield, the advanced version, is 25% more efficient than standard X45 at reducing twist. Daiwa's carbon fiber materials are a tiered system. HVF, high-volume fiber, uses less resin and more carbon than standard rods, creating a lighter, faster-action blank. SVF, super volume fiber, reduces resin content further, producing a thinner, more sensitive rod with more strength. SVF Compile X represents the top of Daiwa's blank material hierarchy, combining the highest carbon volume with the lowest resin content. According to Daiwa's official global technology page, SVF Compile X is exclusive to Daiwa's top-tier rods and delivers what Daiwa describes as unmatched casting accuracy and rapid blank recovery for longer, more precise casts. Combine X45 with SVF Compile X and Nano Plus resin technology, which evenly distributes resin and carbon throughout the blank using a nano alloy compound for stronger, lighter blanks with fewer potential weak points, and you arrive at the construction in Daiwa's flagship Steez AGS series. This is Daiwa's engineering ceiling. It is also where Daiwa adds AGS Carbon Fiber Guides, which are documented as some of the lightest guides in the world and provide direct vibration transfer that metal frame guides cannot match, where each brand actually wins. Shimano's strength is in offshore and saltwater applications. The Spiral X construction's torsional rigidity directly translates to power transmission when fighting tuna, kingfish, or grouper. Shimano's offshore series, Therese, Travala, Grappler, and Talus, are widely regarded by saltwater anglers for their ability to transmit power instantly from the hand to the hooked fish, without the blank flexing wastefully in torsion. This is confirmed by Tackle Direct's review documentation, which cites the rod's instant power transmission during jigging and casting applications. The torsional resistance becomes critical at the moment of the hook set on hard-mouthed offshore species, where every degree of energy lost to blank twist is a degree less energy reaching the hook point. Daiwa's strength is in base and freshwater finesse fishing, where sensitivity matters more than raw power. SVF Compile X with X45 produces a blank that transmits even slight nibbles directly to the hand. Daiwa's AGS Carbon Fiber Guides amplify that sensitivity by transmitting vibration through the rigid carbon frame instead of absorbing it the way conventional metal guide frames do. For finesse techniques, drop shot, Ned rig, shaky head, and light lures, Daiwa's documented sensitivity advantage is real and shows up in tournament results, where competitive bass anglers consistently choose Daiwa flagship rods for the most demanding finesse presentations. Both brands compete across the full pricing spectrum, from entry-level under $100 to flagship rods exceeding $700. Where they differ is in the mid-premium range, $300 to $500. Shimano's Zodius, X-Pride, and Grappler series at that tier carry Spiral X construction. Daiwa's Tatula Elite, Steez AGS, and Black Label rods at the same tier carry SVF Compile X or HVF with X45. Both brands offer limited warranty programs through their respective US distributors with generally similar coverage scope. Both brands have established US service networks. Verify the specific warranty terms on the rod model you are considering before purchase. Both brands' warranties are model-specific and tier-specific. Run these before you buy. 1. What are you actually fishing? Heavy saltwater applications favor Shimano's Spiral X torsional rigidity. Bass and finesse, freshwater favor Daiwa's SVF Compile X sensitivity. 2. Which technology tier matches your budget? Spiral X Core and SVF. Compile X are flagship tier constructions. Spiral X and SVF are mid-premium, and High Power X and HVF are accessible price points. 3. Have you handled both? Both brands have measurably different grip and action profiles even at equivalent price points. The right rod is the one that feels right in your hand for what you fish, not the brand with the bigger logo at the boat show. The brand debate keeps going on every dock. The verified data has already answered it. Shimano leads in offshore saltwater applications, where torsional rigidity translates to power transmission. Daiwa leads in finesse freshwater, where blank sensitivity translates to detection of light strikes. Choose the brand whose engineering strengths match the fishing you actually do. Maintain the rod properly, and either brand will outlast most anglers' patience. Subscribe so you do not miss the next deep dive into what actually separates the gear worth buying from the gear worth avoiding.